Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Dennis Phillip, President of the St. Kitts Cricket Association, Mr. Carlisle Powell, President of the Nevis Cricket Association, Mrs. Pamela Herbert Daniel, Country Manager, Republic Bank EC, St. Kitts and Nevis, Ms. Zanella Claxton, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, Mr. Jamia Claxton, Principal Assistant Secretary, Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, Algin Newton, Director of Sports, Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, Ms. Charlene Berry, Branch Manager, Republic Bank Nevis Branch, Mr. Ricky Skerrick, former CWI President, Mr. Stuart Williams, former West Indian cricketer, Mr. Derek Parry, former West Indies cricketer and coach, members of the media, Republic Bank St. Kitts and Nevis, senior staff, other staff of Republic Bank EC Limited, coaches, teachers, and students, good afternoon. We're thrilled to have you join us for another exciting chapter of Republic Bank's Five for Fun here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm Belisha McDonald-Natta, and I am the Marketing Specialist for Republic Bank EC Limited, and I'm honored today to guide you through this event. A great cricket atmosphere is a vibrant tapestry woven from the collective energy of passionate fans, the rhythmic beats of drums, and the electric anticipation that fills the ear. It's the synchronized clapping as a bowler charges in, the collective gasp at a near miss, and the euphoric roar when the ball sails over the boundary. Such an atmosphere transforms a cricket match into an unforgettable experience where every cheer and every chant amplifies the thrill of the game. Today, we gather not for a match, but to celebrate the spirit of cricket and the promising journey ahead for our young talents. Starting off our event with the opening over, let's welcome Mr. Dennis Phillip, President of the St. Kitts Cricket Association, to share some remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Madam Chair. Allow me to adopt the protocol that you so ably accepted here. Thank you. This afternoon, I'm here from St. Kitts Cricket Association as president to just share a few thoughts with you, and of course, first of all, to say how thankful to be in Nevis with the host, my co-host, Mr. Carlisle Powell, President of the Nevis Association. Thanks for having me, Carlisle. We're here today jointly for the third annual launch of the Five for Fun program. This program, while it's in its infancy of 3 years, has certainly impacted us in St. Kitts, and I'm sure here in Nevis. In fact, more so in Nevis, where Nevis would have won the championship in the past two finals. Mr. Powell, congrats. We're looking to change that this year, however. So it has been impactful, and one of the things we get both in Nevis and St. Kitts is the push, the pinch that we are not doing too much for cricket in school. This program between the Republic Bank and Cricket West Indies is indeed a program that both associations welcome. It has for us, we have been able to use it and let people know that cricket is back in the schools. While it may not be long term, it is annual, and to be here for the third year certainly says that there is hope for the future. So we're looking forward to this year's league, which will commence as we would have had the opening today. Some of our kids are already practicing to make sure that we give Nevis a challenge, certain challenge. And so I want to just say a real thank you to the sponsors, Republic Bank, for your dedication to the upliftment of cricket in St. Kitts and Nevis. And while it's not a thank you speech, I want to commend persons behind the scenes from the Cricket West Indies end who did not make it today. People like Brendan, people from the St. Kitts Cricket Association, who are Mr. J.S. Taylor, some of our coaches, and of course some of the coaches are here today from the Nevis end, Mr. Derek Parry and Stuart and many others. I want to say this is a program that we hope to see grow to a much greater strength. We won't be able to see the spin-offs, the outcomes of it until maybe another few years when these kids have grown up a little more, but certainly it is in its infancy and we are seeing positive results already. The fact that kids are coming back for the second year and the third year means that we have held their interest and looking forward to see them continuing. So to the sponsors, once again, thank you very much for your input, your initiative, and making sure that this program goes from strength to strength. Thank you very much, and we are looking forward to you at the finals and give you a different experience this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Phillip. And indeed, I met Alia. Hi, Alia. Alia said she's actually a returning cricketer. She played last year and she's back this year. So indeed, we do have the children coming back and enjoying the experience. Alia, smile. She's probably shocked because I called her name. Okay, so now stepping up to the crease, we invite Mr. Carlisle Powell to the podium to give his contribution.
Thank you very much, and I observe the protocol which has been established, save and except to say that I must always pay my regards to Mr. Ricky Skerritt, former president of Cricket West Indies, but you should know that he also played cricket and played at a good level. You played under 19 for the Leewards, you captained the Leewards under 19 side, Mr. Skerritt. So he's not just somebody who was in administration, he actually played. Republic Bank, Cricket West Indies, every time I think about Five for Fun, it almost wants to make me tear up. Because you stepped in at a critical moment and provided the funding and the impetus so that our children can not just learn the game, but compete and have discipline. Cricket is a discipline. There is nothing that can get you, if you want to be a good cricketer, male or female, there is nothing that shows your discipline like waking up when it is dark to go to run and to train. And as I look around and I see Mr. Stuart Williams in the audience, when I coached the Nevis under 19 side too many years ago, Stuart was one of my players. And you knew from early that you had something special. Because in an under 19 game in Anguilla, Stuart made 219, which is still the record at under 19 level for the Leewards. And Dennis spoke about not seeing the results of our Five for Fun. Republic Bank, let me put you on notice that one of our players who played last year and captained the winners, VOJN, he stepped up this year and played for the Nevis under 19 side. And he's only 12 years old. So, ladies, boys, and girls, Five for Fun is here to help to shape you, but to also put you on the escalator, put you on the elevator, put you on the stairs to move up your cricket game. Republic Bank and Cricket West Indies are putting in the funds. We have tremendous support from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports. And so with all of this combination, I want to suggest to you that this year should be special. And if St. Kitts will challenge Nevis this year, please know that Stuart Williams is on board. He was not here for the first two tournaments because he was with the Leewards, but he has taken leave of absence. He has made himself available to help in the coaching process, And so he said to me he will be moving around the island to all the schools to offer his experience. And so we're happy for that, because Stuart is saying to Cricket West Indies, to Republic Bank, to St. Kitts and Nevis Cricket Associations, listen, I'm available. And I'm doing this to make sure that the program continues to function. All of you who will be taking part, all the coaches, the Republic Bank staff, Ministry of Education and Sports staff, the Cricket Association in St. Kitts and Nevis, we thank you. And we intend this year to put on a very good show so that the program sponsors, the Republic Bank, Cricket West Indies, can say, listen, this is not just talk, but these associations are doing something good for our young people. Too often we hear the negative. Let's hear the positive about Five for Fun, Republic Bank, Cricket West Indies, and the Cricket Associations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Powell. Indeed, the children are stepping up. Wow. 12 years and playing for the under 19. Wow. Wow. Is it too late for me to join? Yeah, okay, so children, we're not just going to have you sitting and listening to speeches all day, because we know you would prefer to be on a cricket field, right, than to be listening all day. But we do want to know what you know. Aliyah, you said you played last year, so hopefully you know things. So question for the children. What happens, and listen carefully, whoever puts up your hand first, that's who gets to answer. What happens if a batter hits the ball and it goes over the boundary without touching the ground? Also, tell us what happens if it touches the ground first. Who is coming? Okay, I saw the hand right behind here first. Yes, come. Okay, so if the batter hits the ball and it goes over the boundary without touching the ground, what happens?
If the ball go over without touching the boundary, it will be a 6.
And what happens if it hits the ground?
If the ball hit the ground, it will be a 4.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So that's part of what they're learning. So see, they're able to tell us in live, in action, what happens. Oh, sorry, I have a prize for you. Where did you go? I have a prize. I'm not just going to ask you a question and let you go. I do have a prize for you. Thank you for answering. Okay, so we move on. Thank you so much for your participation. I'll be back. So think. Think about your rules, think about the game, think about what you went through last year. I do have more questions and more prizes for you. Okay, so we now move on and we'll invite someone who has bat his shares of 6s and 4s. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our next batsman, literally, Mr. Stuart Williams.
Good evening, all. I just want to acknowledge the protocol that's been established. Powell, I don't usually get stumped, but you stumped me this time. Yeah, but for me, I've been away for the past couple of years, and I heard about the fun, Play for Fun, and I just find it's a great initiative for the kids, not just playing, but having fun while doing it, right? And for now, from being around cricket and so forth, the exposure at a very young age is most important, utmost important, right? So like I said, Powell, you stumped me. It's going to be very brief, right? Thanks for the invitation. Happy to be here. Happy to serve in any way I can, right? Thank you very much.
So I'm going to tell on myself a little bit. I wasn't familiar with who Stuart Williams was, so in preparing for today, I went and I Googled him. And I'm going to give out his business a little bit. And you could tell me if Google is lying, Mr. Williams. But when I Googled him, Google said he's 55, right? So naturally, I'm waiting to see someone who looks like they're 55 walk through the door. So I'm asking Mr. Powell, I'm like, oh, he's one of the coaches as well. And he goes, no, that's Stuart Williams. I'm like, excuse me? So I go to him, I'm like, okay, so I really need to be playing cricket now because that's how I want to look at 55. So can I, Pam, can you arrange it so that I can play as well, please? And thank you. Okay, so now we are going to move on. And we'll have someone known for taking West Indies cricket beyond the boundary. Please welcome former West Indies president, Mr. Ricky Skerritt.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everybody. If I can accept the protocol already established, I'd appreciate that. I just want to, however, before we start, to say, well done to the two presidents. I love to see leadership on both sides of the Narrows working together. And I want to say good luck to the St. Kitts president, who is going to be facing the election sometime in another 10 days or something like that. You know, everybody wants power, right? Nobody wants to work. He's a worker, and he's worked very hard and well for cricket, and I wish him all the best, sincerely. Republic Bank and Cricket West Indies, in its partnership through the Five for Fun program, sets the foundation for primary school students, both male and female, to enter the base of CWI's development pathway. And you've heard that mentioned. That's a very important aspect of it, and we'll say more about that. For decades, companies before Republic Bank, especially your predecessor in the banking business, they have seen the value of identifying and harnessing the potential of our cricketers during the embryonic stages of their cricketing career. Children are not only afforded the opportunity to compete, but to ensure that they include a love for the game and develop key life skills. Everything has a history to it, and I don't want to waste your time with too much history, but Republic Bank was the right owner of this event at the right time. Republic Bank came into this when it desperately needed help. I was president at the time, and I inherited a system where your predecessor had basically shut down because they were selling their businesses. You were one of the buyers, and you were the largest of the buyers, and it was obvious that we should be speaking to you. Obviously, it wasn't easy to get your senior decision makers to agree quickly, because obviously with the layout of capital for buying the bank, you had to be sure that your shareholders were getting full return on investment. And I have a feeling that that is why this program is still on an annual by annual, year by year basis. But this program really needs commitment. It needs commitment from Republic Bank, and it needs committed partnership with Cricket West Indies and its affiliates, including the St. Kitts and Nevis cricket associations and so on. And it needs to expand. In 2021, the program was piloted in St. Lucia. It came here in 23. But it was piloted in St. Lucia in 21. That's where it started. As you know, that is the sort of headquarters for the bank, am I right? For this region, for the OECS side of the bank. And that happened, as I said, I was very relieved when that happened. I was president of the Cricket Association, of the West Indies Cricket at the time, and it was a bother. It was really a bother, because the Cricket West Indies used to spend in the region of $750,000 US, matching to what your predecessor bank paid. And I knew it would be virtually impossible, because that had built up over in excess of 2 decades. A bank doesn't build its interest overnight. It has to build it up over time. And so this program is not where it will be in another 10 years' time. I'm confident that it will continue on its pathway. and that eventually, forgive me, I'm trying to get back my notes here. Yeah, the bank has invested in a focused way in five countries. St. Lucia is where it started, then it went to Guyana, St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada, and Trinidad. Those are the 5 countries where this program operates. So you need to know you're not in isolation. It addresses about 4,000 kids across those 5 regions, as compared to several more thousand kids that its predecessor did. This is a much more pragmatic and exciting design because of what other speakers before me have said about the competitive nature of it and the actual clash between St. Kitts and Nevis in a final. This kind of approach makes it more relevant and more productive. But the program engages 250 schools. Again, it's getting into the schools, but there are many more schools than that waiting and hoping that the program will come to them. For various reasons, the sponsor will not go to everyone. And Cricket West Indies, in my absence, is going to have to find a champion to move it forward and try to get some other sponsors in those areas where the gap is available. Because Cricket West Indies represents 12 countries across the region. And a program that's just operating in 5 countries has to grow. It also involves 84 certified coaches across 60 zones. And so it's only about half of the size that it needs to be, but it already has 84 coaches, 3 or 4 of whom are here. So this is a powerful program that you're experiencing. We're just a few of us here today talking about it, but this is the life of development for West Indies cricket at the moment, and it will continue to grow and get better and better. The program must never be isolated. It can't be just seen as just a Nevis program or a St. Kitts program or a Republic Bank program. It's a partnership between public and private sectors that all benefit from. And anyone who's not benefiting needs to wave a flag and say, I need to do whatever to get more benefits, because it is a win-win. It's designed to be a win-win program. It forms an integral part of the national strategy for cricket, which sees the St. Kitts Cricket Association and Nevis Cricket Association working with CWI, the Ministry of Youth and Sport, cricket clubs and other sports. And the importance of the government cannot be undervalued. The government owns the facilities generally. The government has an infrastructure. Some of the sport and the coaches only survive because they're getting paid some salaries from the government. So the governments keep cricket alive without even understanding how much they do. But where the governments tend to fall short, I'm speaking as a former government man, we don't always do a good job of collaborating and being inclusive in our decision making and getting the true partnerships between the business community, the cricket associations, and the government. It needs leadership to sustain that. I could go on and on. As you can tell, I have a strong commitment to this program. It started while I was president. I'm not president anymore, but the current president knows how much I love youth cricket. And they use me as a kind of unpaid ambassador for this program. But my payment is the love and the excitement on the faces of the kids. I have a 16-year-old daughter who started playing cricket just 3 years ago and is showing great promise. And you can see how much it is helping her to develop her own strengths and life skills. And that will happen too. You won't find a Stuart Williams in every one of these kids or a Haley Matthews in every one of the girls. But you will find that you can help strengthen them and make them live better and more wholesome lives. I therefore close by saying congratulations again in putting this together, to the Scotia management, to the government officials, and to the cricket associations. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Skerritt. So you got some of the history. You also got to hear his passion for the game, right? That came through as well. Oh, yes, right. Of course, we saw it in his face as well. So we know his support is always going to be there. So that's somebody you could touch into. You see me using you as an ambassador too? Okay, so let's go back to the children. Another question for you. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yeah, you're ready. Okay, so let's not use you again. We'll try someone else, okay? Okay, so the question, when a batter is out without scoring any runs, what is this called? When a batter, when a batter is out without scoring any runs, what is this called? Go ahead.
A quack.
We're gonna give it to him, come. It's actually called a duck, but ducks say quack, so. What's your name, please?
Ezekiel Douglas.
Loudly.
Ezekiel Douglas.
Okay, thank you, Ezekiel Douglas. So yes, it's called a duck. Ducks quack, so we understand. And in his defense, typically when you watch CPL, they do put up the quack quack on the screen. So you watch CPL? Okay, that's where he got it from. Here you go, thank you.
You don't make those, all right?
Okay, so we are going to move on. Now we are pleased to have with us today the Principal Assistant Secretary from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, Mr. Jameer Claxton, who will deliver his remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. Madam Chair, permit me to adopt the protocol you so ably established, but I do want to recognize the presence of former Cricket West Indies President, Mr. Richard Skerritt, Richard Skerritt, am I correct? Yeah. Of course, our Permanent Secretary, Mr. Nella Claxton, and President of the Nevis Cricket Association, Mr. Carlisle Powell. I also want to bring greetings on behalf of our Minister of Education and Sport, the Honorable Troy Liebert. Could not be with us this afternoon, but he would have sent best wishes for the 2025 edition of Five for Fun. For me, it's a pleasure and a privilege being here this afternoon, being here again this afternoon and just seeing familiar faces. And for me, this is a testament to the individuals that are here this afternoon, including our good corporate citizens, Republic Bank, their commitment to the advancement and development of young people in sports, and in this particular instance, cricket here in Nevis, and St. Kitts Nevis, my good friend Dennis in St. Kitts Nevis. So being here this afternoon shows that you're very committed to the development of sports here in St. Kitts Nevis. Now recently I was at a competitions workshop, and one of the phrases, quotes that stood out to me was, "The choices of present influences future path." Now this statement, I was discussing with my colleague, Director Newton. This statement, in my humble opinion, really embodies what Five for Fun is all about. It sums up the vision and the mission behind Five for Fun. In our region, cricket is our game. We all said that, right? Cricket is our game, especially in the British-speaking Caribbean. Cricket is our game, but it's more than just a game. It's a passion, it's a lifestyle, it's a force, whether invisible or not, that connects us as a region. And for us to maintain this as a way of life, as a part of our life, it's important that we continue to create opportunities for young people to play cricket, because it has to be sustained over an extended period of time. And so Five for Fun is one of those initiatives that is key to this particular agenda. If cricket is to remain our sport for generations to come, initiative like Five for Fun is key to ensuring that happens. And so it takes me back to my original quote, "The choices of present influences future path." Cricket West Indies would have made a choice, seen the need, and made a choice to develop this particular initiative. Republic Bank would have seen, as a responsible corporate citizen, would have seen the value and decided to would have made the choice to invest in this particular initiative. The Nevis Cricket Association would have made the choice to embrace this particular initiative. And of course, the Ministry of Education and Sport would have made the choice to endorse and support this particular initiative. So this collection of persons, individuals, stakeholders making such choices has ensured that cricket has a bright future here in the Caribbean, but I'm going to be very biased, especially in Nevis. So, yeah. And so while I would have echoed this in previous forum, including last year's edition of the launch, I want to double down at this point in time and really commend Cricket West Indies and the Republic Bank, the true architects of this particular program, and also the Nevis Cricket Association, who is tasked with implementing and executing it here on the ground. The Ministry of Education and Sports wholeheartedly endorses and support 5 for Fun, not only for 2025, but beyond. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Claxton. One of the things that you said that really stood out is cricket really unites us all. Have you ever been to a cricket game, and let's go back to me not knowing the game, and you go to a cricket game, you sit next to, let's say, an older gentleman, just act curious at any point in time, and you get an entire lesson on what cricket is about. It teaches you the sixes, the fours, the LBWs. You get an entire lesson in that moment. If you didn't know maths, you leave knowing maths. If you didn't know English, you might learn a little bit of that too. in that interaction with whoever you sit next to that knows the game and is very passionate about the game, they always tend to teach you something. So it really unites us. So I tell people, especially people who are new to cricket, and this is me being a veteran for about 5 years. Not long. I'm not one who was all the way back. I wasn't a 5 for funner. Wish I was, but I wasn't. But yeah, so I always tell people who want to learn the game, just go by yourself. Don't go with anybody else who doesn't know, but go by yourself and actually sit next to someone who looks like they're into the game and let them teach you. I feel that's where you get the real experience of what cricket is about, and then that passion that they themselves have for the game, it then, for some reason, it comes over onto you, and then you go home and all of a sudden you is a fan. You could tell them that, one more over to go, they need this amount of runs, which means they're going to lose. You could go home and you could say that kind of thing. It totally, really and truly joins all of us together. So with that, we're going to move on. And we are going to invite the Director of Sports, Mr. Algin Newton, to say a few words to us.
Madam Chair, please allow me to adopt the protocol that has been so ably established. I have just one quandary. I am hoping that is the chair and not Mr. Powell would have selected the batting order. My issue is I don't feel like Mr. Claxton is a better batsman than I am. I feel hurt. And as a night watchman, I don't plan on being long. A night watchman, Mr. Skerritt, don't spend much time at the crease, right?
These days they hardly use that.
The Department of Sports is extremely grateful for the continued contributions of Cricket West Indies and the Republic Bank towards cricket development in St. Kitts and Nevis, and in particular Nevis. We recognize that sport and culture are two of the biggest mediums in which aids in fostering growth and youth development. Choose a 5 for Fun initiative. We are planting the seeds of a brighter future, one where every child has the confidence to dream big, the skills to problem solve, and the heart to persevere. If I was to describe this initiative, it's where cricket ignites passion, builds champions for sports and life, and unites us as we rally around the West Indies. I could vividly remember at a past press conference where former West Indies President Mr. Skerritt said, "This investment by Republic Bank is not like a short-term loan, but rather a long-term loan that is going to reap many rewards over time." This loan has started to reap some rewards, and over time it will reap many rewards. As Mr. P alluded to, graduates of the Five for Fun program have already started tapping into the Leeward Islands U15. There's young Caris Farrell, and there's also a Deshaun James, who I also believe is with the team. Hear that? And he played for the Nevis under-19 cricket team this year, and he's 12. A multi-talented youngster. I know him very well. Again, we would like to thank all who has something to do with this Five for Fun initiative. The Department of Sports, we are fully on board and committed to the Five for Fun. A matter of fact, when the Five for Fun finishes in as soon as the Five for Fun finishes, Mr. P is reminding me of the Five for Fun initiative next year. I'm certain of that. Right through the year. So again, I would like to thank you. I would like to thank you for having me. And I'm wishing our future men and women in Maroon all the best during the tournament. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Newton. He did say he was going to be short, and that he was. So, children, hi. Back over to you. This one is the last one, and it's also very short. Can anyone explain a maiden over? Not one who came before. Can anyone explain a maiden over? No? No? No one? A maiden over. Anyone wants to try? I do have a prize. Do I need to dangle my prize? I do have a prize. Anyone? The slightest guess. It's not as hard as you think, trust me. A maiden over, what's that? Okay, let me see the hands of those who played last year. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5 of you? Okay, 5 of you played last year. Okay, so from that 5, how many of you did not make a run when you bat? You didn't make any runs at all. Any of you? All of you made runs? Okay. All of you batted and made runs? All of you batted and made runs? Okay. I was trying to give you a hint, but that was the hint. Okay, you want to try? Come. Give us your name.
Juliana.
Juliana what? Your full
Freeman.
name? Pardon?
Freeman.
Okay, so we have Juliana Freeman. Go ahead. What's the maiden
No
over?
runs.
No
When the
run-
batsman make no runs.
Awesome. That's exactly it. No runs in a specific over. Here you go. Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Freeman. Okay, so we are going to move on. So consistently hitting boundaries in the field of banking and with their Power to Make a Difference program, it's an honor to introduce Mrs. Pamela Herbert Daniel, Country Manager of Republic Bank EC, St. Kitts and Nevis.
With all protocols observed, good afternoon to everyone. And a huge welcome to the official media launch of Republic Bank 5 for Fun Cricket Tournament here in beautiful Queen City, Nevis. Republic Bank EC Limited, the 5 for Fun program last month, launched their 5 for Fun program last month in St. Lucia. And this truly shows that 5 for Fun is more than just a cricket tournament. It is a celebration of community, sportsmanship, and the vibrant spirit of the Caribbean. I know there are a lot of young, eager faces here this afternoon, ready to hit some sixes and take some wickets. But before we get carried away with the excitement, let's take a moment to recognize why we are all here. Republic Bank's commitment to the development of sports, and especially cricket in St. Kitts and Nevis, and throughout the region, is unwavering. Year after year, we renew our dedication to providing opportunities for our youth to excel, not just on the field, but in life. We believe that sports instill values like teamwork, discipline, and perseverance, values that are essential for success in any field. Remember that every champion was once a beginner. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Learn from them and always strive to improve. Cricket is just not about winning. It's about the journey, the friendship you make, and the lessons you'll learn along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, youth cricketers, the game is more than just a sport in St. Kitts and Nevis. It is a part of our identity. It's a shared passion that transcends generations, uniting us in a way that few other things can. This tournament is an investment in our future, a way to ensure that the rich legacy of cricket continues to thrive in both St. Kitts and Nevis. We again this year incredibly proud to be a part of this journey, providing a platform for these young talents to shine. Our hope is that through Five for Fun, we can inspire a new generation of cricketers who will represent St. Kitts and Nevis in the region teams and the West Indies with pride and distinction. Like our colleagues in Republic Bank Group, we are particularly proud of the inclusive nature of this tournament. Five for Fun is designed to provide equal opportunities for all, with teams comprising both girls and boys. We continue to stand by our beliefs that everyone deserves a chance to participate and showcase their talents, regardless of gender. I came across a quote when I was preparing to speak with you today. As the great Nelson Mandela once said, sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. His words perfectly encapsulate what we hope to achieve with Five for Fun. In closing, I want to express my sincere gratitude to everyone who has worked tirelessly to make this tournament a reality. From Cricket West Indies, the organizing committee, to the coaches, teachers, parents, your dedication and support are invaluable. To our young cricketers, remember this tournament is here to stay. It will continue to be the foundation of our rich cricket legacy on the island. So go out there, have fun, play with passion, and make us proud. Thank you, and may the best team win in 2025.
Mr. Philip, in your defense, she couldn't say St. Kitts win because she has a branch in Nevis, so she couldn't be on your side. I know she probably slightly, Yeah, I thought there was a nudge for you, but she can't be biased. She has a branch in Nevis, so she has to, she has to be fair. But in her heart, we know what she's thinking, and we'll go with that. Okay, so bringing our innings to a close, we invite Ms. Charlene Berry, branch manager for Nevis, to declare the Republic Bank 5 for Fun Cricket Open in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Republic Bank, I would like to take this opportunity to officially declare the ceremony open. Thank you, and let the games begin.
Thank you so much, Ms. Berry. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's launch. We say thank you to those who shared their thoughts and remarks with us, Mr. Dennis Phillip, Mr. Carlisle Powell, Mr. Ricky Skerritt, Mr. Stuart Williams, who had to leave, Mr. Jamia Claxton, Mr. Al-J. Newton, Mrs. Pamela Herbert Daniel, and Ms. Charlene Berry. Just before we leave, we have some tokens for the children, so we're going to ask you to come one at a time, and we'll present you with a small token. Once the presentations are done, we'll also do some photos in the front where I am, and then we have some media interviews. So if the speakers could just stay back a bit, just so that we can get the media interviews completed as well, that would be great. Hopefully, we would like to speak to some of the children and at least one of the coaches as well, please. So if you would want to choose which one. Yeah, so that would be after the presentations. Children, one at a time, please. Can you come forward? Oh, you want to come this way? Which
the photographer wasn't quite ready for you yet.